He said, I'm desensitizing her to her condition. I have to desensitize her to her condition. I don't know if he's ever said that to you before, but when you hear me saying that to you, what is Coach Doug saying?
Coach Doug is saying how to get used to the environment you are not comfortable in, and having to just cope with everything around you, and you're not gonna run away from it. You're just gonna go into it.
Welcome world, welcome family to another episode of the EL2A Podcast. I'm your host, Jamie Gilmore Jr. And to the right of me, we have a very, very special guest. Somebody that got on the stage and they make me feel like, man, I need to be doing more, right? This person is an athlete. This person is a college student. This person is just extraordinary, one of those words. Anywho, we have Miss Adrienne Bunn with us today. How you doing, Adrienne?
Good, how are you?
Doing awesome. Glad for you to be here. Cool story, right? So I met Adrienne. There was a post on the mayor. The mayor made a post. He talks about this person. I so happened to read. I don't even know. Just popped up and I read the whole thing. I said, I have to meet this person. I immediately DM'd you. You got back, and now that we're here, I just look forward to letting the people hear your story. And again, I thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so stop what you're doing right now. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Adrienne, we always tell people to like, subscribe, and comment. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with YouTube, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so when people like, when they subscribe, when they comment, it just helps our platform push it forward. So I just need you to say that. Say like, subscribe, and comment.
Like, subscribe, and comment.
All right, man. She said it, not me. All right, so make sure y'all doing that. But what we want to do, right? I want to get into your story because, first of all, I'm fascinated, right? And I want to congratulate you. I want to give you your honor. And obviously we got the medals here too, y'all. I want y'all to see this hardware. This is real, right? This is some real stuff. You've been able to do some things. I'm going to give off a list, right? And I want to say this, right? I play football. I told you that. More than an athlete. That's a saying that used to always happen, like more than an athlete, because football players have been getting defined as you just play football, or athletes, basketball, you should just shut up and dribble. So athletes start saying they are more than an athlete. I thought about that when I thought about you, right? Because you do have autism. A lot of times when you look up things with your name, it puts autism in. When I start doing research on you, I start seeing you, I seen an athlete, right? Autism just so happened to be in the mix, but I see you as an athlete. And I want to congratulate you as the athlete you're doing, because what you're doing, nobody, like, it don't matter what they got. A lot of people will not do these things that you're doing, and you should be very proud of yourself. I know that you seem like you're a very humble young lady, but sometimes it's all right to be a little cocky. All right, so congratulations. Round of applause for you. All right, round of applause
Thank
for you.
Thank
all right,
you.
so I do want to mention this. So NYC, and this is just what I've seen online. You can correct me, you can fill it in. Okay. NYC Marathon. ATL, Atlanta Marathon, Ironman Chattanooga, Ironman Louisville, Ironman in Nice, I guess it's Nice, Nice. Berlin Marathon, Ironman in Kona, which you have award. Why? Like, what makes you want to do all these, what I think is crazy things? Why are you doing this to yourself?
I love to challenge myself. It's my favorite thing to challenge myself every day to be the best person I can be. Yeah. I love running, and I wanted to take it a lot of steps further. Yeah. Into suffering a lot more. But I love doing it, and it's my favorite sport.
Cool. So I didn't know you were going to bring these in, right? So I do want to take a second before we go any further to talk a little about these. We're going to show the people, and this is, so you can tell me what I'm looking at.
So this right here is my most recent Ironman in Kona. It was called, this one is called Resilience, the title. And they always have an animal towards
Okay. Is that a turtle?
It has a turtle
Okay.
on it.
That I didn't think a turtle would describe an Ironman, but okay. All right. So what we got here?
This is my 2024 Ironman.
Okay.
But both of these were women only
Okay.
for the Ironmans in Kona.
Okay.
So,
all right. And then what do we got here?
this is my very first triathlon medal
Okay.
that I've done.
All right. So talk to me. So obviously we are up here talking about these things as if everyone knows. What is a triathlon?
Triathlon is a swim, bike, and run event.
Okay.
It is 3 sports.
Okay.
It is very challenging and you have to pace yourself and endure.
Endure. That's a word for sure.
Endure.
The Ironman. What is Ironman? Because I got it confused, right? I was mentioning Ironman. I thought the Ironman was the running, swimming. Ironman doesn't have.
Swimming, biking, and running.
Okay.
Yes.
So explain. What did you say the triathlon was?
So this is a sprint one.
Oh,
There's different distances in triathlon.
Gotcha.
Ironman is the biggest one,
Mm-hmm.
and the sprint distance is the smallest distance.
Yeah.
So I love doing the biggest ones.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. So you said you like challenging yourself, and we're gonna get back to that.
Yes.
In life, right? I think there's 2 questions that you have to answer. Who am I, and where am I going? After doing research on you, I have a perception of who you are, right? I see a tough person, a person with grit, resilience. I see all these things, which is cool. That's my perception. But I want to hear it from the horse's mouth, right? So when somebody asks you, who is Adrienne Bunn, how do you describe yourself?
Adrienne Bunn is very resilient and very hardworking and very passionate at every day that she loves to challenge herself a lot more every day.
Yeah. So where does that come from? A lot of people, so I work with kids. I work in the space with young people. You are 19 right now?
20.
20. Oh, 20. Okay. So you're getting older now. Come on. You'll be 30 before you know it. You better slow down. All right. So you're 20 now. But I work with a lot of young people, and they have so many thoughts of what they want to do, who they want to be in their head. And obviously you set on a path to be this extraordinary athlete. I seen something that said there is no one way autism looks. All right. Every autistic person has unique strengths, sensitivities, and challenges. All right. How does that look for you? Like, how does autism look for you?
Autism for me is loud, like very loud noises that stress me out. A lot of I've gotten better at crowds. I'm not really good with I've been a lot better with crowds, like Gator games and football games and concerts, like the flashing lights. That's always been very difficult. But I've gotten a lot better. I love to go to them now. So I think just getting my parents taught me at like a very young age to like get me out to see like the real world of like, okay, we're gonna go to these Gator games. It
put you in it.
Puts you in it. Yeah.
To get comfortable with. I think that's a key thing that you just said. So a lot of people have things that may limit them, and they choose to run away from them and not run into them. With you having parents, right, that's guiding you through that, and now that you run them in those environments now. So I'm pretty sure they still are maybe uncomfortable at times, right? But would you say being in them, like make yourself uncomfortable facing them, what were you able to learn about, I guess, dealing with those environments?
I think dealing with those environments is, I think if it gets way too loud, you can have headphones on. A lot of people with autism have headphones and have noise. But just I'm very like a very clean and organized person. So so everything has to be very organized.
Do like it. Some people see autism as a limitation, right? In your eyes, how do you see it?
I see it as a superpower because I put my head to something and I do it and conquer the goal, and just makes me a hard worker.
Yeah. Working with kids, being in schools, and we're going to talk about your school experience as well. When kids have certain things, they use them as crutches. For example, ADHD. I've had kids come to me before they even try something and say, well, I have ADHD, I can't do this. Or I have this going on, I can't do this, right? It becomes a crutch. It seems like you've been able to take autism and master it and say, you're not going to limit me, right? You took control over it. So what advice would you give to another young person that may be facing autism or whatever it is that they feel like is limited? And what advice would you give them to do like you did and overcome?
Do whatever you put your mind to do, and just work for it every day.
Yeah. Feeling overwhelmed, frustrated. Like, those are some things I heard from you. I told you I did a lot of research on you, right? And I've seen something that said early on as a child, that's how you felt: overwhelmed, frustrated. You felt like no one understood you, right? In those moments of that feeling, can you still kind of feel the way you felt when you were younger?
A little bit. Running has really helped me to the person I am today. I really love to run, and that's my therapy. If I feel overwhelmed, nobody talks to me because I need a silent room, or just need to go in my room, listen to music or color. Coloring's really nice to do. Or I can make bracelets and do stuff like that and crafts. But it's usually very quiet.
I like it. What if you think back to those times, right? If you can go back and because what I want this episode to be, I want this. There may be a parent that watches this that has a child that has autism. There may be a teacher or some whatever that. What do you wish that people would have done? I guess better is the word for you. Or how do you think people would have served you, assisted you better?
I think more patience and a lot more steps. I'm a very visual learner. So I have to see it to be done. If you tell me like on a piece of paper how to do it, I can't. I don't know how to do it. So just to learn from like observation, a lot of observation, and a lot of seeing, like visual. I'm a very visual learner. So just stuff like that.
I like it. That's powerful. And another thing that I'm noticing is your village, right? Your family. I see like you had people that supported you and also listened to you. Like you just say they know when to leave you alone and let it be quiet. Like that. That's powerful, right? Because some people don't know. Some people want to keep pushing. Like, what's wrong? Like, and they drive a person off the edge, for lack of better words. But you've been able to find different things to help you get to this point. One thing I've seen. So it's funny. Ocala is the horse capital of the world. You know that?
Yes.
All right. So when I was your age, I did not know that. I figured I was born and raised here, but I didn't find out Ocala was the horse capital of the world until I was like 18, 19. I was in Philadelphia. That's where I went to school. An older white gentleman, I was on the subway. He was like, where you from, young man? And I did say Ocala because I'm like, no one knows what Ocala is. I'm way in Philadelphia. I finally said, he was like, where you from, young man? I said, Central Florida. Then he was persistent. He was like, where? He was actually like, where is it from? I still didn't say Ocala. I said an hour outside of Orlando. And then he was like, well, where? And then I finally said Ocala. And he was like, oh, horse capital of the world. I shrugged my shoulders. I said, I guess we got a lot of horses. After that interaction, I called my mother and I was like, we horse capital of the world? She was like, yeah, boy, you didn't know that? So I was 18, 19 years old, and I did not know where I was from in the horse capital of the world. Crazy thing, right? It's got a lot to do with exposure and all these different things that goes into this. The reason I brought this up, because I seen that you did a therapeutic horse thing.
I did.
At a young age?
Yes.
So you had to know about these horses, right? And this is something that I'm pretty sure that helped you or aided you. So talk about that experience.
Horse therapy is the best because it helped me through having to balance, communicate. That was my first word, was horse. And what I started with was a draft horse, and I picked the biggest horse. His name was Ernie. And I just fell in love with horses, and I knew that's what I wanted to do from a young age, is I wanted to be with animals. I love animals and I love horses. So
hold on. So you said your first word was horse? That's pretty great. Like, just from B, you think that, like,
petting it,
they brought that out of
grooming
you.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. So now, and I didn't know this, but now I can make a segue to, because I didn't notice about you too. You just told me you are a college student.
I am.
But now you're going to college for, and what is it exactly?
Equine studies.
And I'm pretty sure this experience has a lot to do with it,
Yes.
right? So tell me the correlation. How did you being there with those horses, how did that drive you to be doing what you were doing today?
It having to do therapeutic horseback riding and equine studies drove me by, like, I wanted to draw back into the horse a lot in the horses, because horses have gave me like a very, very very loving and very great life to live, and wanted to give back to a lot of horses.
No, there's a place called MTR, I think it's Marion Therapeutic. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about? So we took our boys to them, and they were able to ride the horses, groom the horses. Probably the same thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
So it just made, that's how the mind works. But anyway, we went over there. Our boys loved it, right? That whole experience, and it drew a lot of things out of them. But they were able to have takeaways of what they learned from the horses. It makes me think, like, what lessons did you get from working with horses?
Every horse has a story, and everybody has a story behind, and just learning how to groom and saddle a horse.
Yeah.
And doing, like, the basics, what a horse is doing.
Yeah, that's cool. So you're juggling a lot right now, right? You run marathons on the weekend. You work on horses during the week. that's a lot, right? So you do that, but that's really cool. But because we're gonna go, kind of bounce around a little bit. But if you think about the future, what do you, Adrienne, hope that you can be in the horse world, right? You're going to school for a reason, right? So you have dreams. What is the goal? What do you hope the future holds for you?
The goal of the horse is, for studies, is, like, training the horses. I'm wanting to train the horse and hopefully, like, be a good trainer of the horse.
Yeah, I get you. So, and I'm going to make that connection for you too. But one thing that caught my eye, transitioning from the horses, because I think that's because you live in the horse capital of the world, so you make a lot of money around here. All right, but running makes you feel like you have a voice in this world. That's a powerful statement. I've seen that from you, and to think a simple act of running can make you feel like a voice, right? So we, as humans, some people take it for granted. Just being able to use your voice. I know what it was the age of 4 when you started. So thinking about something as running, giving you a voice, why, how do you think running helps you feel that way?
Running helps me by, I think, like, just moving, and, like, you can go fast, you can go slow, you can go at moderate speed, and I feel so much more happier, and then I'm in a good mood than, like, the better mood than I am the 2 seconds I was not running.
Yeah. No, that's powerful. You said another thing I really laughed at when I read it. You said you figured out exercise was fun. It was a statement you made. You felt like exercise was fun. I said if the rest of our world felt that way, we'll be a lot more healthier around here. But thinking about running, correlation to your PE coach, right? So thinking of school, when you hear people talk about school, some people have good stories, some people have bad stories, but and you have good stories and bad stories too, but I want to talk about the good one. When we think about a PE coach, right, we have teachers, we have people that are put in our lives for certain reasons. I think your PE coach answered the call, right? Someone that probably was people didn't understand you. He gave you something that you were able to excel. So kind of share with us, what did your PE coach do for you to help you?
So I was running in the parking lot. I started, the PE coach told me every mile you get a foot, you get a tangible foot. And And I filled up that necklace all the time. Yeah. And I just loved it because it was something tangible and it was something, a goal towards. And I was on medicine and my parents weaned me off of medicine just because of running helped me so much and it calmed me down. And that was a goal that I just really loved to do. And I think, it just gives me a voice and it makes me feel so much better and so much calmer. Yeah. So
I love it. Well, when you think about that necklace with the foots that you were filling up, what was it the thrill of getting the necklace full, or was it just how you felt? You know what I mean? Some people like accomplishment. So was it like, I just want this necklace to be full? Like, what was it?
No, I think like the feet.
Yeah.
The whole feet. Yeah. So I was super excited to just get a foot for every mile.
Yeah. I like it. So tell me this. So that's cool, right? So you ran miles, you ran laps, the coach in school, right? So that's cool. That's most kids go to PE, they run, they do stuff. How do we go from running laps and miles for foots to Ironman? Like that's not, you know, there's usually steps. Like you just went from one to how did we get there and how did you even figure out what Ironman was?
So I had a friend named Chris Nickage. He was the first Down syndrome to ever do an Ironman. Okay. He did Kona and I went with him. And I was like, oh, that's like super cool watching him. I like really want to do that. That really sounds interesting to do. And I got started with triathlon. Well, I got started with triathlon when I was 13. And I really loved it with the Special Olympics director, John Robles. And I had 2 guides. Their names are Nick and Aaron. And they really helped me and flourished to the person I am today doing all these races.
So Nick, guides, can you explain? Because I just want people to understand what you're saying. When you say guides, what is a guide?
A guide is somebody that helps you with nutrition, somebody that's right beside you the whole race, that does the race with you, not for you. But he helped me with nutrition, helped me with everything I need to know about triathlon and how to go quicker and how to slow down a little bit. So all those things. Yes.
Mentorship. We're going to get back to that. But one thing I do want to jump at, so I forget the young man you mentioned, but your friend, you saw him do an Ironman first, right? What we call that here is exposure. Even the podcast, right? EL2A Podcast, Exposure Leads to Access Podcast. What happened when you went to experience that, you was like, oh, that's cool. I want to do that. And if he can do it, I can do it, right? It's like one of those experiences. So your friend exposed you to something which led you to doing it, which was the access of you doing it, right?
Yes.
We believe exposure is the key, right? So a lot of people, when it comes to youth, they always like, what is wrong with our youth? And we believe exposure is the missing key. You only know what you know, right? If you never went there and experienced that with that young man, you would have never knew about that. And we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why we believe in the power of exposure, right? You have to take people outside of their environment and show them, not just tell them, show them what they can be, right? And that's the power of you going there and doing the experience. But now that gets you here. And now I'm thinking about preparation. So preparing for this thing, right? So again, running laps around the school, going to see it, and you say it's cool, that's one thing. Because a lot of people say things are cool and they want to do things, and they set out to do it, but they like, okay, I ain't doing that. That's too much. Or for whatever reason, they just stop, you know, and especially something of this, like this is a huge deal. So kind of talk about the preparation of it. Like, how were you preparing yourself physically and mentally for this?
I think the mentally part is I put positive thoughts in my mind. I say, okay, you can do this. I'm a very, I love quotes to figure out in my mind. I love names, like famous people's names. So whenever I do just a marathon, I will list like 26.2 miles of people, of names, and I just love doing that for mental. The physical is, I mean, you just have to do it. There's it makes you tired.
Yeah. So thinking about the just happen to do it, right? That just tells me a lot about who you are, right? Like simply put,
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, not getting into it. You just saying those words, you just have to do it, right? That's a mentality. Like that means I'm comfortable with knowing anything that you ever do, you will do it. Like you'll get it done because you have a mentality, you just have to do it. Like some people, if I had asked that question, they would have gave me like, it is and that. You just simply put, you just have to do it, right? So that says a lot about you. But that still doesn't mean that adversity doesn't happen, right? So just happen to do it. There's still some bumps in the road you probably face and some things that made you think like, oh, do I really want to do this? Kind of talk about those things. Like what adversity did you hit during this process?
First of all, I've never done those distances. So having to do with those distances and having to deal with the road, like I train out in Claremont and out on the road. So I'm out on like the highway, the famous highway, and we have a whole group of us that bike, and it's a lot more safer with the group than it is just me. But I think I didn't know how to shift gears on a bike. So just learning how to shift, how to do basically the basics of everything, how to do clip-in shoes, and a lot of, I mean, you just have to, I just tell myself you have to get through it. It's hard, but you just have that mindset where you have to be positive and not be negative. So
but I'm pretty sure you were negative sometimes. Any moment, truly, did you feel like quitting? Like, did you like, I'm not doing this?
No.
Never felt that way?
No.
That's crazy. Are we like, usually like, she's like, no, it's serious. So you never felt like quitting during this whole process. The process of so you say you never ran these miles. So even because I'm, you know, I consider myself a runner. I don't run, you know, I'm not your level yet, but the process of starting to run and figure out the biking or none of that never got to the overwhelming to you. Like, I just can't do this.
A lot, like it was the road that was very scary.
That was the one. Yeah.
And the cars right next to you trying to get into like crazy drivers. But I mean, there's never a time where I didn't want to do it and have like, I always wanted to do it.
Mindset, right? Mentorship is so key to life. I believe a mentor is a person that experienced something that guides, we hear the word guide, going back, guides another person to make sure that they don't make the same mistakes that they did, right? That's the positivity or the benefit of having a mentor. That's what we do from day to day. We come into a young person's life and we say, hey, young man, you need to learn about yourself, right? Life is about identity. You need to figure out who you are and where you're going. And we set them on a clear path to success for them, right? A lot of young people are cloudy. We live in a social media day and age, so we try to lessen the hardship on their path of life. Yes, they will face some, but we try to lessen it as much as we can. When I think of mentorship, I was looking at your story and Coach Doug came up, right?
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure Coach Doug is obviously a coach and a mentor to you. Tell me, what does Coach Doug mean to you?
Coach Doug means to me basically everything. He is a coach. He guides me in all the races. He does a lot. He is a bike mechanic at the same time. He knows how to fix my bike, whatever is wrong with it. I mean, he goes with me everywhere, and I just love him to be a coach and a guide everywhere. So
how would you explain his coaching method? So one thing I'm big at, like, so I love seeking coaches. So like some of Coach Nick, this is football, so I don't know if you're familiar with Coach Nick Saban. He coached Alabama.
Oh yeah.
I love like watching him and listening to his principles. You got Kirby Smart, Georgia. There's different coaches, even Deion Sanders, that I look at and I love their methods. What would you say was Coach Doug's method of when it came to training?
Coach Doug's method is very like literal. Like you do it and that's it.
Yeah, I love it.
no excuses. You do it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
How do you feel that helped? Just because I feel like you're the same way too. So how do you feel like that level of coaching helped you?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
He gave me a detail of how to do the training, and that's what he does to me every day.
Yeah. One thing I heard him say, and I think it was in the video I watched, and it was one of the most powerful things I think I heard in that whole video. He said, I'm desensitizing her to her condition. I have to desensitize her to her condition. I don't know if he's ever said that to you before, but when you hear me saying that to you, what is Coach Doug saying?
Coach Doug is saying how to get used to the environment you are not comfortable in, and having to just cope with everything around you, and you're not gonna run away from it. You're just gonna go into it.
Yeah. So Coach Doug is my type of person. So tell Coach Doug I want to meet. If you're watching this, Coach Doug, hit me up. I want to meet you, man. but one thing you've done, you shattered expectations. You shattered what it means to live in a world with autism. You are climbing heights that some people never would even imagine to do. And I don't know if you do you think about, like, listen to this realistically. It's realistically, right? I know the cameras are on, but I just want a realistic answer. Do you often think about some of the things you've done and be like, holy crap, like I really did that?
I think in like the whole year, I'm like, oh man, I can't believe.
Like you,
crazy.
Like it's crazy. Like why? Look, one marathon is enough, right? I'm planning on running a marathon next year, and that's gonna hold me up for like maybe 10 years of my life. I'm gonna be like marathon runner, and like I'm gonna brag about that for forever. But you
put
like
a sticker on you.
yeah, for sure. It's gonna be in my Instagram bio. It's gonna be everywhere. And you may walk up to me and I may say, hey, I ran a marathon. You may not even ask, but I'm just let you know. But when you think about these things, right? Because you're putting yourself in environments and doing things that people wouldn't even imagine. Like most people aren't even capable of doing these things. And you started from a person that wasn't running to now you're doing these different things. And sometimes I think I just want to give you perspective on that. But what I was going though, what message do you have for other people that may feel like they don't fit in, right? Because you could have easily said, I have autism. I can't do these things. This isn't for me. But you chose to go head first into this. So what message do you have to people that feel like they don't fit in?
Whatever you find your person and find whatever you are good at. Everybody has different things that they love to do, and some of it's math, or if it's a subject, some of it's athletics, some of it's video games, and I think just find your person and find whoever you look up to. Yeah.
Purpose. When I say the word purpose, do you understand what our purpose is? What does purpose mean, and what roles does that play in your life? For example, I know I'm walking my purpose, right? I was an athlete. And football is all I dreamed of doing, right? I wanted to go to the NFL. It's like, I just knew football is why God put me on this earth. God had to take that away from me. And I was lost. And then I had to figure it out. And now I'm walking in my purpose. I understand that what I do today, this is why God has me here on this planet. For you, when it comes to purpose, and you're very young, right? So don't feel trapped by this question. I know we're going to come to young, things are going to change. But when you think about your purpose here on earth, what do you think that is?
I think my purpose is horses and triathlons and meeting a lot of new people and learning a lot of new stuff. Never stop learning. Always learn something new every day. And yeah, you just do different things. Or like I want to do equine, so excited.
Yeah, and that's the reason I asked you that question. And I said it in the beginning, but I'm and we're gonna talk about this more. But I want to I want to encourage people that are watching this as well. Again, there's 2 questions in life you have to answer: who am I, and where am I going? When we started the podcast, I asked you who you are, right? You told me that, and now we're at this part where I just asked you your purpose, because your purpose usually aligns with like where you're going in the direction you're going in life. You at 20 years, you're very young, at 20 years old, you still have to understand where you're going, and you just clearly identify, like you say, equine and triathlons. There's going to be a point of time where you get older and it may shift. Hopefully that's so far away from now, but life has to shift. You have to be okay with it. And like we're in a constant state of evolution, right? So we're continuously growing, we're continuously evolving, and we have to be okay with that. But I just wanted you to understand that you have to be able to lock in and clearly identify, like, this is the path I'm on right now, and this is where I'm going. So
yes, that's the most important part. That's the most, I think, where people get very lost at to find their path and to find a purpose.
What's been the best thing about this journey, right? Because I'm pretty sure you truly inspire me, right? And I'm pretty sure others are inspired by your story as well. And I'm pretty sure people like communicated that to you. What's been the best part about this journey for you?
I think the best part about this journey is meeting a lot of new people and everybody reaching out to say, like, you inspired me, and you inspire a little kid that has autism. And I love those kind of messages that are very heartwarming, and everybody can do it. And anything you put your mind to do, you can do it.
Yeah, no, that's true. Do you feel does that come from, because I heard you say that a couple of times, like needing new people, right? And that's community, and that's why I know like the run club would be beautiful for you. The Men Run Club,
I love it.
It'd be beautiful for you.
Cool.
But do you think that comes from your early childhood of not fitting in and not feeling accepted?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So kind of talk, because a lot of people are searching for community, searching for people they feel understand and what they feel like. So so talk to me. So you do feel like just early on not feeling accepted, now that you are being able to have your footprint in the world, you feel that helps you feel more more I don't want to say powerful, because it's not like you're seeking powerful, but it just makes you feel more involved. What's the word I'm looking for? Involved or something. But I think this goes to what we're talking about. You've said this multiple times, and I think you all that's watching, sometimes we feel like we're struggling to fit in, feel like we're not finding our people. And I think it's, you don't isolate in those moments, right? You don't choose to set apart, you choose to like find your people. And that's what I hear you saying, or find why you're here, and then the people that you're supposed to be with will attract to you. And I think that's what a lot of people too, like, you found your lane. You didn't choose to say, hey, I'm just gonna be the young lady with autism who's gonna cry about it. You said, I'm gonna find my lane, which was running, and you went head first in, and now you got pretty sure people all over this world that know who you are. And now you're doing some big things. I don't know if we can leak it, but I know we got some sponsorships and stuff probably coming in, and so you just got to keep going. So with that being said, I do want to talk about the next big goals. Like, what's the next on the bucket list, or next on you probably got some more runs already you're looking at. So what's next for you?
What's next is I am competing in the Celebration Marathon it's close by Orlando. And then I'm doing Boston this year.
The Boston Marathon?
The Boston Marathon.
Don't you have to get like accepted into that?
I'm very excited.
You got accepted? Like that's a big deal. Let me know. What? That's like the Boston Marathon is like the one you hear about. Like that's the correct me if I'm wrong, that's like the biggest of the biggest, right?
Yes.
and you got to like you had to go through a process and get accepted to that. How did that work? How did you get into this?
You have to get a time, like a qualifying time,
Mm-hmm.
and I think for PC it was 4 or 6 hours, and I got in.
I say you crushed
So
that. You do
excited.
2 years in like 3 hours, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're killing it. So the
Thank you.
Yeah, Boston is like we just added on Boston Marathon. So what do you think is the like you will feel like I've done enough? Like is it just run marathons so you can't no more? Is there a certain number of marathons you got? Like what is like that?
I think every marathon is special.
Yeah.
I feel I think every marathon is special because you meet someone new every marathon, or you meet someone new every Kona.
Yeah.
So it's so cool.
Community.
Yeah.
I like it. So the celebration one, I think that's the one that's in January, right?
That's in end of January.
I was looking at that one. I think that's the one I'm gonna try to sign up for. I was looking to do that. One of my guys just sent that to me.
It's a beautiful course.
Yeah. So you've done it before?
I've done the half,
So,
and I love doing it.
now you might motivate me to get there now. 3 things I seen you talk about, right? Fun. You say you just want to have fun, you want to be safe, and you want to inspire others. And I told you you're inspiring me. It looks like obviously a smile on your face that you're having fun, and obviously you're safe because you're still here with no injury. So again, I just wanted to have this episode, right? Because sometimes we highlight so much, or there's so much negativity that just gets into our world, and it's very loud. Stories like you, I feel like, especially here, I feel like you should be going to every school and talking to all the kids. Like literally, this should be like you should be going to schools, talking to kids, doing some keynote speaking, and because what you're doing is next level. And I want you to see it as that, right? Because when you do things, it becomes just normal, right? It becomes your normal thing. You do it, and it becomes routine, right? But I also want you to know that you have a platform, right? That's why we talk about logo and all that. You have a platform, you have a voice, and you should use it, right? You should be trying to get into our schools, talk to these kids, and let them see that they can do anything they put their mind to, right? Because you are a living, breathing vessel of a person that's doing it. And you're not far from the age. I think that's one of the coolest things. You just left high school like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So it's while your voice is fresh and they can see you, they were like, they feel you understand them. I think you can make a huge impact in like schools and motivating kids. So
Thank you.
You should do that. All right.
You make a whole impact too.
I appreciate it, but it's not
You
about me. It's
inspire
about
me too.
this is about you. This is about me. But again, one thing I want to do. So anything that we didn't talk about, right? So I want to give you the platform. Is there anything you got going on? Anything you want to tell the people about? Anywhere you want them to follow you, or anything you want to give to the people?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm about to say that was broad. So give me your social media. Where can they follow you at on social media?
You can follow me at on Instagram. It's trygirl_16, and on Facebook it's Adrienne Bunn. Yeah.
The website. We'll find it. We'll put it in because it might be. We'll put it in the link so it'll pop up. You guys can see it. You can go get her. And make sure you do the one thing I do want you to do. I want you to leave a comment. Right. Leave a comment in this in the comment section and tell us how Adrienne's story inspired you. As we're wrapping up, I just want to tell you you're inspiring. I hope people watch this. I hope you motivate people. I hope people want to come follow your journey. And I hope that you just keep reaching the highest of heights that you can and never stop. And I know you're not because you said it yourself. So but just keep going. So as we wrap up, what we're going to do, that red camera right there. You're going to look into that camera and you're going to end this podcast, right? So you're going to say, I usually give people something what to say, or I could just let you just inspire people how you want. Like if you have something that you feel like people need to know, inspiration, or I can give you a question, whatever.
You give me
a question. All right. So the people that's watching, I kind of asked you in the podcast, but I want to just double down on, and you can say something different, right? There's so many people in this world that limit themselves. There's so many people that say, I can't do this because of this, right? You are literally sitting here and you are a representation of that. You shouldn't let anything hold you back, all right? So I just want you to give encouragement, motivation to somebody that may be stuck, somebody that may be looking for a voice to help them be able to get out of whatever situation they're in, but just motivate that person to let them know, like, never let anything hold them back.
You can do this, anything you put your mind to do, and work hard, and just love what you do.
Love what you do, positive motivation. So you keep loving what you're doing. I appreciate you for joining me again. All right, we'll see y'all next time.